Hey everyone. It was some week. We had a lot going on, and I've already lost my notes. There they are. First of all, one of the oddities about being a writer is that not only do you have to create something that people want to read, you have to go out and be the person in the world promoting that, which, writers, some of the writers I know are the most private, quiet people on the planet. And yet, here we go, time to go off and do the publicity. So there are a couple things to think about. One of the things I did early on in my teaching career, years and years ago, I took some improv classes. And they really helped me in the classroom. And I learned to use my body very effectively when I was teaching on site, which is the only way people taught back then. And it really helped me later when I started publishing my books and I had to go on tour. And the classroom has always been really important for me. It's been a great place where I have learned so much about speaking with people and how to use my voice and how to tell jokes and how to modulate. And I have worked very hard on my ums and my wells, though of course I do them still. So I have made some comments to some of you about speech patterns or ways of reading or ways of talking that are bigger overarching issues that you should be thinking about if you go out on the road, which you may very well. There is something known as a book tour that does still exist with some publishers. So there's that to think about. Your voice, your persona, the way you talk to people, volume, that kind of stuff. In terms of your newsletters, I'm going to include 3 examples of the newsletters that are almost there on their way. But everybody pretty much, and I know the hyperlinks are fake at this point. They're fake hyperlinks. But you need to indicate, in your final draft, indicate where you would put them. Because you do not want me to sail right through your newsletter without clicking. You just want me to click. You want me to see it. There are ways of of making the hyperlink not blue, which is lovely in MailChimp and in Constant Contact, or even just on your computer in Word. So hyperlink, covers, images, fake images, images of your characters. Images that illustrate theme, setting. You want to make this eye-catching. You want to entice me. You want to bring me into your sales, into the sales opportunities. A photo of you. You probably have them for your bio. You want to have a nice one for your newsletter, and you'll see on the examples. I also noticed that a number of you, not a number of you, but a handful of you aren't listening to my comments, and I'm not taking it personally. However, I do leave comments that will help you with your final paper, because basically everything you're doing now, you will just collect and revise and edit and change for your final assignment. And I'm trying to leave you comments that will help you for that final assignment with that in mind. So please go through. You don't want to go to your final assignment and then have to listen to 6 or 7 weeks worth of me or talking to you about stuff. Gather it now. Start making changes now so that when you get to the final assignment, it's like copy, paste, you're done, which would be pretty awesome. The other thing I forgot to mention is that I'm going to leave you, or I'll tell you now, of the interviews, the interviews were kind of hard. I know, because you had to actually work with another human being, which is just like the worst, right? But a couple of groups or people did some really nice work, even if they weren't necessarily interviews proper. We had voice only. We had one person giving questions and then the people going off and doing it randomly. The thing you miss when you don't do it together is that wonderful interplay of people where you can spark an idea and maybe you go off on a tangent that you might have to edit down later. But it becomes a really good conversation. And you probably notice the conversations that I enjoyed, especially Jesse and Steph had a nice repartee going. I thought that Joe and Nicole, I think, I had a nice repartee. And Kathy and Felicia had a really nice conversation. Also, it was really nice and short, which I don't think very many people will listen to your 1.5 hour interview. We are busy. The dogs are barking. We need to go do the dishes. We're like, clicking out of it. So under 5 minutes is pretty crucial. Annalisa did a really nice job, not being interviewed, but answering questions. She was very composed. Her voice was modulated. The quality of the video was high. Some of these things didn't work so well. A couple of them I could barely listen to without wanting to, just turn it off because of the sound quality. And sometimes the visuals got a little wonky or wobbly. So, and trust me, this is for later. This is for later. All the comments that I'm making are for later when you try it again. Okay, I'm going to sign off. I'm not going to be back on this on the boards until tomorrow. I'll go and check my email, see if any of you wrote to me. I'll answer questions, but I'm not going to be grading until tomorrow. I saw a couple things have already popped up for this week, but just hang on to your hats, and I will be back tomorrow to start in again.